Welcome back to YuGiOh Master. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. And also, happy Halloween, my friends. I hope you're all having an extra spooky day. I love Halloween so very, very much. And to get into the spirit of Halloween, I thought I'd make a different kind of deck. And I honestly didn't know what to do because in the past, I've done Vanguard videos for Halloween. I've done things like that. And I've never really done like a proper Halloween video. I don't know why I did that voice, but a Halloween video. And so I thought, you know what would be good? Just a generally zombie, there's like a generally spooky themed deck. The original deck and this deck that I made are both entirely based on going second and OTKing my opponent. That is why I have things like Starving Venom, Garura, SP, Slacker Magician into Zeus in case I can't attack for game, Changing, and BLs of the Diabolic Dragons, as well as clearly just a bunch of really strong guys with the Skull Servants themselves. Anything in my hand that can discard a card or send a card to the graveyard, be it Charge of the Light Brigade, 1-for-1, Grass is Greener, Forbidden Droplet, Super Poly, Card Destruction, Uni-Zombie, literally anything in my hand that can get specifically either White Prince or White Baking to the grave should theoretically just win me the game. Though White Baking is way better because White Baking when sent to grave is going to add White Prince to hand and add White Lord to hand. White Lord in hand, if this card is in your hand and you have Skull Servant or King of the Skull Servant, every single Skull Servant card except for King of the Skull Servants is treated as Skull Servant in the graveyard. You can discard this card, send cards from the top of your deck up to the number of Skull Servant and King of the Skull Servants in your graveyard. Now what that means is you can send, if you have 5 King of the Skull Servants, or if you have 5 Skull Servant cards / King of the Skull Servants in your graveyard, you can send 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. You don't have to send exactly 5, you can send as many as you want between them, but typically sending as much as possible is better, and you'll see why as I show you the replays. However, after you add those 2 cards when White Baking is sent to the graveyard, you'll then discard a card, which is where White Prince comes in. If this card is sent to the graveyard, period, you can send 1 Skull Servant and 1 The Lady in White from your hand and or deck to the graveyard. That is why we're playing 3 of the normal monster and 3 of this one, because we need to be able to send both those to the grave. Which means of White Baking being discarded, we get White Baking in hand, White Prince in the grave, we get White Baking in the graveyard, White Prince in the graveyard, The Lady in White in the graveyard, and Skull Servant in the graveyard. That's 4 cards in the grave. Then White Lord is going to send himself to the grave and then send 5 more because he's now in the graveyard from the deck to the grave. Off of 1 card being put into our graveyard, we have milled 10 cards off of our deck. That is fucking ridiculous. And that is why we are playing cards like Mizuki, because Mizuki can then revive King of the Skull Servants. The White Sworn Beast Wolf and Fearless Light Sworn Archer can revive themselves to let me do Xyz or Link Summon or Synchro Summon plays. Snow can banish the spells that got sent into a very, very, very strong interruption, as well as an infinite link material, essentially. Weiss and Dragonling, well, Dragonling doesn't do anything, but Weiss can let me get into stuff by reviving back in Dragonling, Snow, Dragonling, Fearless, or Wolf. Then we have Destrudo in the graveyard as well, where if this card's in the hand or grave, we can target our level 1 to summon it out as a level 6. Then Destrudo as a level 6 plus any of our level 4 Lightsworn non-tuners gets us into our Changing. Or Destrudo, we can target a level 3 like Uni-Zombie, bring it out, whatever Xyz Synchro played into that, get a level 4 Destrudo plus a level 4 Lightsworn into something else. So we could get out Changing and then go into BLs or Changing and then into Minerva or Minerva and BLs. And both of these cards are great, and Tenpai just can't out BLs, period, unless they implement at the start of their turn, which they're never going to do. So this is a super easy counter pick to Tenpai, which is why I'm putting it in my decks recently. And also, I just like the card a lot. But fun deck. Really simple, really cohesive strategy, genuinely and sincerely. So I guess it's just time to go show you the replays. My opponents decided to go first, and this hand is not horrible. Only zombie monsters can attack this turn, so even I can get into Changing, BLs, Minerva, whatever, I can't do anything with them. And you might be thinking, there's a bunch of zombie synchros, why didn't you use any of them? They're all complete fucking garbage. Not only are they all complete garbage, they're all horrendous. However, into Swordsoul, not only is this hand amazing, this hand is perfect to break whatever it is that they create. There's nothing they can make where I can't break through it with this hand. They're going to synchro Moyi into Shishao, Moyi to draw 1 and Shishao to add 1, so they're going to get Swordsoul Blackout to hand, most likely, as well as draw a card. Let's see what they add. They added Swordsoul Blackout. That makes sense. Sure. They're going to activate Swordsoul Emergence to add Qixing Long Yuan. No! Arch Nemesis of Protoss because they control the synchro. Qixing Long Yuan is going to activate its effect, discarding Taya to summon itself. Or, yeah, discarding Taya, right? Yeah. Summon itself in a token, synchro these 2 off into Hanging, and not Verona Fleur, but okay, sure. Long Yuan's going to do 1200 damage to me. Now they're going to special summon into Protos by banishing 3. And they're going to pass turn. I don't know if they didn't know how Protos worked or they just forgot to activate it. But they needed to declare Dark. If they had declared Dark, I lost. We're going to draw for turn and get Left Arm Offering. Not the best card here, but we'll accept it. We're going to normal summon Uni-Zombie. On normal summon, they're going to activate the effect of... They're going to activate the effect of Shishao, targeting the Uni-Zombie and banishing for cost emergence, which, I mean, I guess can increase the level of a monster. We're going to train for Forbidden Droplet, sending away Mizuki and our Call by the Grave to negate the effects of both Changing and Shishao. Now, what matters here? How do we win this game? Well, my opponent surrendered. Yeah, this happened a lot, to be honest. Of like the several... I think I played at least 5 hours that I plan on playing this deck. Most of the games that I played, my opponent set one and passed. And it was usually like a full deck. But I did win the dice call a lot, and I did get to go second, and so I think they just assumed I was playing Tenpai and just didn't want to set up a board. But, yeah, that doesn't work. That doesn't work against Tenpai. Doesn't work against Skull Servant. This ended up being a pretty okay hand. Assuming I could normal summon White Prince, go into a Link monster, effective White Prince to send 2 to the grave. There really wouldn't be anything, it'd just be effective White Lord to send 3. But Charge of the Light Brigade is going to send 3 cards from the top of the deck to the graveyard. Okay, they're going to activate Maxi. Sure, that's fine. Really not too worried. But got me a little curious what it is that you set here if you do have a Maxi. We're going to use the effect of Weiss placing Wolf on top of the deck. And then we're going to special Weiss, milling Wolf. Wolf mandatory effect is going to activate to summon itself out. We're going to sync these 2 off into Minerva. This was actually before I was playing the deck list that you saw at the beginning of this video. I don't have a picture or video of the deck list that's playing prior, but I was literally only playing the 1 Dragonling, the 1 Weiss, the 1 Wolf, and then 3 Charge. And this deck list was also very, very different. The extra deck was almost entirely different. Can I look at it? I can look at it. Yeah, you can just see how different it was. There was Slackard, there was Starring Venom, there was no Appaloosa, the Vendred Slayer's in there, Nightmare Phoenix is in there, which I don't think is in there right now. Pretty different deck list. Minerva effect is going to activate banishing 3 to send the top 3 cards of the deck to the grave, and they're going to change Ghost Ogre for some reason. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why the fuck did you do that? Why would you Ghost Ogre? Okay, sure. White Baking Goods into the grave! That means we get to activate its effect, adding to hand White Princess and White Mare. I didn't know how this worked at the time. I really didn't. Then we're going to activate the effect of White Prince when it's sent to the graveyard, sending 2 from the deck to the grave. We're going to normal White Princess, activating its effect to send White Prince to the grave, and White Prince is not a once per turn, so it's going to send another 2 to the graveyard. Then we're going to use the effect of White Lord. Currently in our grave, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 in our grave, so we're just going to mill a flat 10. And then we milled Mizuki with King of the Skull Servants. We're going to banish the Mizuki and summon out King of the Skull Servants. And this fucker has 12,000 attack because there are 12 Skull Servants in our graveyard. We are in such a good spot. But we have a second Mizuki, so we're going to activate its effect, banishing itself to summon out the Lady in White, which is going to protect my level 3 or lower zombie monsters in the field from being destroyed by battle or being affected by spell and trap cards or effects. Meaning that whatever we get over here, if they have an Imperm or something like that, we should theoretically still be able to just attack for game. We're going to banish White Prince and 2 other zombies from our grave to summon from our deck another King of the Skull Servants, just to make sure we have absolutely enough to attack over this monster and still attack for game. Battle phase, declare an attack with a White Princess. It's Tenpai. I made Tenpai go first. How does it feel? First of all, how many hand traps are you playing to have gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards through your fucking deck from me? And you still had nothing. Also, why didn't you just set the Pydra? You could, or normal summon the Pydra effect to add Hieratic Seal Pass. What were you doing? I got no idea. But I made Tenpai go first, and then I proceeded to OTK them with a real battle phase. Oh, they have an Imperm. If only Lady in White wasn't on field, maybe you could have had something. Sorry, buddy, but you lost today. This hand not good. And once again, I fought a 60-card deck, so my grass is doing nothing. Moyi, why the fuck are you playing 60-card Swordsoul? All right, Moyi, you reveal Shatana. You open the 1 of. Okay, that's fine. Synchro 8. Into Shishao. Shishao effect to add. Moyi effect to draw. All right, Dark Hole. Call by the Grave, Lightning Storm. And we have White Baking, which means we can just normal summon it, link it off, and use that effect to send, or to add 2, effect discard 1, sending 2 more. And then White Lord, we can then special summon, or send however many to the graveyard, special summoning back out, whatever. There's an effective White Lord I forgot to mention, but when that comes up, that'll come up. They're going to add Xixing Long Yuan after drawing a card. Perfectly fine. Xixing Long Yuan is going to activate its effect at discarding Shadana to summon itself and a token. Sure. And they're going to synchro these two off into Sinister Sovereign Xixing Long Yuan. Weird, but alright. Effective burn. And okay, so we're in a position with our hand here. We have double Called By, double Dark Hole, left arm, Lightning Storm, Wolf, White Baking, and White Mare. Sure. This is something. Now we drew Mizuki for turn, which is actually kind of fine. But we're just gonna activate Dark Hole, and they are going to activate in response Swordsoul Sinister Sovereign Xixing Long Yuan. Sure. Actually chain Called By here, targeting the Long Yuan in the graveyard. Now, I'm not stupid. I'm not thinking targeting the one in the graveyard is going to get them on field. What I was initially planning was just outright normal summoning White Baking and then using Left Arm Offering to add Grass Looks Greener. But I decided it's probably not a good idea to do that, and so I was initially going to chain Call By on both the Long Yuan and the Mo Yi, because I don't think I would have had game this turn based on what they have in hand, which I don't know yet. Also, they didn't add Black Cap? What the fuck? They could have just added Emergency and Emergency that, but I guess they didn't want to do that. I mean, I guess they could have been playing 3 trolls. Who knows? I don't fucking know. I don't know. But sure, we are going to banish the Long One from the grave. That's going to banish the Dark Hole to like 1200, destroy both of their monsters in the field. A cool little animation. Normal summon White Baking, link it off into, I believe, Blinkaribo here. And then White Baking effect is going to activate, adding 1 White Prince and adding 1 White Lord. We're going to then discard the White Prince off of White Baking. White Prince effect is going to send 2 from deck to grave. Activate the effect of White Lord, sending 5 from the top of deck to the graveyard. And the White Lord effect in the graveyard can banish itself from the graveyard. Then target a Skull Servant, which is literally any of the white monsters, or King of the Skull Servants, which is the big boy, and special summon it. White Lord is so fucking insane. And honestly, if Grass Looks Greener wasn't so expensive and Thrust wasn't so expensive, I think I might try to play this deck in real life. I'd probably like try, because this was fun. I've had a really, really fun time playing this today. And so we're going to banish this from the grave. We're going to revive the King of the Skull Servants. And that's a lot of damage. But Effect Veiler. So I'm so glad I didn't use that second Call By, because we can now Call By the second Effect Veiler. Or the Effect Veiler. Hopefully no other hand traps here. But we don't have game just yet. We'll need to normal summon a monster first, but we already did that with White Baking. We'll use the effect of Destrudo, targeting this, specialing itself as a level 6. And now we can go Battle Phase with 300, 1300, and 8300 for a game. Oh, these cards are fucking cool, man. They are genuinely so cool. I didn't know how fun like it would be to play these. When I first built the deck, I'm like, this could be like an interesting like thing to make. I'm sure I could make these somewhat playable. But nah, they've been kicking ass. They have sincerely kicked the asses of pretty much everyone I've played against today. I think I've lost like 2 games, and both games were me misplaying or just drawing Lightning Storm, Called By, top decking a fucking Dark Hole. I drew double Lightning Storm so many times. A ridiculous amount of times I drew double Lightning Storm and double Called By in a 60 card deck. It shouldn't make sense. My opponent chose to go first. They set 2 and passed. And of course, I did not open Lightning Storm this game. But okay, we're going to draw for turn. Wolf. Alright, Max C. Okay, we're going to have to set... We're the normal summon the Uni-Zombie. That's going to get impermed. Okay, well, I ain't read Left Arm Offering. I ain't know it worked like that. You can't set spells or traps the turn you activate this card. So I tried to set Left Arm Offering and then use Card Destruction. Yeah, I should have just used Card Destruction, or should have just used Left Arm Offering. But we're gonna draw 2. And we're gonna get stuck on absolutely fucking nothing because of that Imperm. Wow, that Imperm did more than they will ever know. So I guess we're just gonna attack for 1300, set the Super Poly, and then pass turn. Also, I like that these are the dynamic sleeves. I believe Sky Striker has dynamic sleeves as well, but they're pretty cool. I like that it switches between Hallow and Ween. What do you like more between the two? Do you guys like Hallow more, or do you guys like Ween more? I like Ween more, not just because I like the zombie cards more than I like the Fiend cards, but also I just think it's a cuter artwork, like for the character. Although I like the background of Hallow more, I like Ween as a character design more. And it's fucking Rika. No, in no world was I expecting it to be Rika. The card destruction for him was Ash, Gamma, and Petal. That shit was great. Or Ashen Gamma. I think Petal was whatever else. Add Con. Activate Con to set from deck Glamour. Sure. All right. That's fine, I guess. Activate Glamour. They're going to tribute their own monster and not my Uni Zombie? I guess they're waiting in case one of my back row specials something, but then they get to add 2. Sure. Effective this because the monster was tributed to special summon it, and effective that to special this. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Anyways, you have 2 plant monsters with the same type and 2 monsters with the same type and different attributes. Same type and same attributes, sorry. So I'm just gonna make Garura real quick. I hope that's okay. Yeah. Thank you. Also, what the heck? I just looked in the top right. The Ragnarok Evil Seed with the water, that looks so fucking what? If it wasn't for the aqua or the water icon in the bottom right, that would genuinely be so damn cool. I'll draw for turn and draw Charge of the Light Brigade, and it's another Max C, fuck you. But Charge of the Light Brigade is gonna go so fucking crazy right now. Main phase, and we're gonna activate a middle column because I fear no imperm. Mills 3, because it also sends for cost, so I actually just didn't care at all. And get Dragon Link to hand, because we have Fearless in the graveyard, we can just summon it out. We have Wolf in the graveyard, we can just summon it out. Activate the effect of Uni-Zombie, targeting itself, sending from deck to grave. White Baking. White Baking effect is going to activate, adding from deck to hand White Prince and White Lord. And then, off the same effect, we're going to discard White Prince. White Prince, when it's sent to the graveyard, is going to activate, sending 2 from deck to grave. We're going to then use the effect of White Lord, sending itself to the grave, sending, I believe, 7 to the grave. Weiss effect is going to activate, targeting to revive the Wolf. We can change that to battle, position to attack, because currently we have 3,000, 51, 64. We need 300 more attack on field, so we are going to banish Mizuki to summon out King of the Skull Servants. But we don't even need all that much, because we can simply attack with King of the Skull Servants and have... Yeah, it's imperm. That's an imperm. That's a real... I should have just summoned Dragonling. I should have summoned Dragonling, and I also Uni-Zombied, so I couldn't even attack anyways, which I forgot. I forgot that's how that worked. You cannot declare an attack turn. You use the second effect, except with zombie monsters. Completely forgot. So we're going to summon these 2 and do Changing. Could be Barone, but I prefer Changing. Guru effect is going to activate to me to draw 1 extra card. Max C! Max C! It is Max C! Oh, baby! You couldn't have given me a better card. Oh, boy, I'm about to make a name for myself here. We're going to special Dragon Link from hand, give him another draw, and then Link summon 4 into Apollos. And we're going to end our turn. Rika Petal during the end phase is going to summon itself back, which I actually didn't negate because I thought that they had Gamma, and the off chance they had another Gamma, this would be fine. Let's just save this so that way they don't have to root anything. Turn change. Stop phase. Standby main. Activate Maxi. Rika Princess Engrave. I ain't noticed did that. Shuffle back to negate the effect. Alright. Sure. We changed Appaloosa here. But they no longer control any monsters. Do you know why? You know why I changed Appaloosa to Rika Princess? For some reason in my head, I thought I was responding Appaloosa to something, and that Rika Princess was shuffled back in and was going to negate and destroy my Appaloosa. That is the only reason I responded to that effect with Appaloosa. Because I thought I was going to get it destroyed. And I knew there was probably a Gamma in hand, so I'm like, fuck it, it's gonna go either way. Let's just try and negate it, because if they don't have a Gamma, we're fine. I was not paying attention to what the game state was, and so that Gamma they had in hand ended up working really well. Extremely well, actually. So itself and Driver, goodbye Appaloosa, it was fun. It was fun, the probably only time you're ever going to be summoned, and Maxi also gets negated, so we are in a very bad position now. Main phase, normal Lone Fire. Nah, you can't have that, no. Banishing 7 for cost to summon out Fairy Tale Snow. Fairy Tale Snow on summon effect is going to activate to flip 1 face down, and Changing because the card was banished is going to activate to banish 1 from the field and 1 from the grave. So obviously we're going to get rid of Rika Con, and we're going to get rid of the Rika Petal in the grave because we don't want this to be there. I don't think they could bring this back this turn, but I'm fairly confident Rika can really easily either get Petal back to their hand or revive it. I played against it a bunch, but it's been a long time. And now no Lone Fire Blossom, which means they can't use that. Talents. No shit. Absolutely no shit. There's a reason I put Snow in defense position, because I wasn't getting OTK'd. They're going to attack into the Snow. perfectly fine. I have no problem with this. And they're going to link summon 2 into SP Little Knight. Oh, with the baby. Anyways, Appaloo's effect is going to activate, targeting to banish the White Lord Engraved, because if they didn't, I could just revive the King of the Skull Servant. So they were smart. They spent about a minute and a half reading my cards, and it was very upsetting because I just wanted to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And attack them for game. But it's okay. They're going to set 2 Driver gets banished in the end phase. Still in the end phase, we're going to banish 7 non-essentials to summon back out Snow. We want this on the field. I could go and attack over the SP, not have to worry about that, but I'm also just not worrying about SP in general, and I want the effect on the field to have for the next turn. Draw for turn. White fucking baking, boy. Oh my god. I normal summon. We link our own SP and we win. Normal summon. Destrutal effect targeting Snow. What am I doing? Why am I doing these things? I don't know. I think I was thinking I could go into Changing, but Changing wasn't there. So I truly have no idea what I was going for here. But hey, I guess it worked. SP is going to activate its effect targeting Fairy Tale Snow. And for those of you who don't know how Deshudo works, Deshudo specials itself, and then its level is reduced by the level of the targeted monster. It doesn't matter if the monster is not there anymore, Deshudo still specials itself because it targeted a monster on activation. So even though Snow is gone, Deshudo will come out, but its level stays the same, meaning it's a level 7 tuner and a level 1. So now I don't have to make SP now. Now I just straight up go into BLs of the Diabolic Dragons. And then White Baking activates, adding from deck to hand White Prince and White Lord. Then discards White Prince, and White Prince will send from the deck to the grave Lady in White and Skull Servant. And do you want to know how many cards are in my grave right now? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And with White Lord, that goes to 13 cards. 13 Skull Servants in my graveyard. I got 29 cards in my deck. Let's see what happens when I go down to 16 fucking cards. Let's see. White Lord effect is going to activate its effect to revive King of the Skull Servants from my grave. And we're going to activate White Prince's effect to banish itself in 2 from the grave. And we'll summon a second one from our deck. Go battle phase. BLs. Beat his fucking ass. I honestly forgot what it was, but I'm the one that flipped the Lone Fire face down, so I don't know why I forgot. 10,000 response? Good fucking game, brother. Oh, these cards are so fun. It's so funny hitting your opponent for such a high amount of damage, especially when it's like super coin flipping. Like you don't necessarily always go for the White Prince. I do because it's so much funnier to do this way. But you can absolutely just go into the synchros and links and still attack for game in a turn like that. And if you're playing the Horus cards, just Imseti plus White Baking is full combo into literally anything you want. A ridiculous anything you want, mind you. Oh, so extremely ridiculous. It's essentially Imseti and White Baking is like a 6,000 attack King of the Skull Servants and also either Photon Lord or Hope Harbinger. Plus more because that's a 2-card combo. So you know, King Sarcophagus does stuff. But yeah, if you really do want to play this, I would suggest taking out the Lightsworn stuff and using the King Sark stuff. You probably already have them because most people like using them. I don't like them. I do think Imseti should be at 1 if not banned. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you've all had a wonderful day, and if you haven't, there's always the rest of your day. There's always tomorrow. There's always the day after that, so on and so forth. But today's Halloween, my friends, so let's have a spooky rest of your days. So until next time, I will see you all then. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Bye. That's stupid.